Welcome to Eagle and Rue. This is an extended video on the Silk Bed Jacket History Bounding project. The materials used for this project are 100% silk taffeta in a blue and gold stripe with an interlining of cotton, flannel, and cotton broadcloth for the sleeves, and lace that comes from my stash. In the first portion of this video, you're going to see me cutting out the back parts of the silk taffeta, and I made an epic mistake that I ended up having to piece later. But it's a good demonstration of when you make a mistake, sometimes you have to fix it. So this next section is me cutting out the sleeves, and I chose to cut them out in this way to save on fabric. I guess it wouldn't necessarily always be done this way, but I felt this was a good use of the fabric to get both the sleeves and the gussets out of this without wasting too much. And here I am cutting out the gussets that go under the arms. In this section, you can see the beautiful cotton flannel I'm using for the interlining. I think I've had this fabric since 2003 when I made myself a medieval style history bounding nightgown. I am going to point out here that you should definitely make sure the blade of your rotary cutter is sharp. Mine was not, and it created a great deal of frustration. And this is when I discovered I didn't have enough for the sleeves. So I ended up using some patterned cotton broadcloth left over from lining material I used for a pair of pants for Vilef. And this is where I am pinning the interlining to the fashion fabric in preparation to take each piece over to the sewing machine and sew them together. And each piece will be treated as a whole in the construction of the garment. And I know I say this every time, but don't forget to save your pattern pieces in a clearly labeled envelope so that you don't get your pieces confused. And here is the sewing of the individual pieces with the interlining, and they will all be assembled together as one piece. I'm only going to show a small clip of this. I think I have all of the pieces on video, but I'm just going to give you some shortened versions of this. Here you can see I am hand stitching all of the edging with the handmade bias. Here you can see me attaching the edging for the neckline. And finally, here is the hand sewn attached lace.